Yeah, here we go, I'm TJ Quake, the ghetto gamer on this gaming thing. Yeah.
Ski love! Here we are once again, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are once again. And I am TJ Quake, your ghetto gamer. And, ladies and gentlemen, I know you guys are probably, you guys have been hearing this thing about Elon and how he is ultimately destroyed, obliterated a BBC reporter who thought he was putting Elon on the spot. Oh, he thought he was putting him on the spot, but no. Not today, dog. Not in this hood. Not on the Twitter that Elon controls. No. See, Elon is one of those guys where he's technically a genius, if you think about it. I mean, the things he's done to become a billionaire, to become where he's at, a man who's launched rockets into space and taken a Tesla into space, creating a car company called Tesla, and in the advancements and technology that he's done with solar power and all this type of stuff like that. The man is a genius. And this little knucklehead BBC young reporter thought he was going to try to outdo Elon in thought process.
Okay. Oh, you crazy.
I don't think so, bruh. No, because Elon utterly puts this boy in his place. He puts him in his place. I'm telling you guys. And I'm going to show you some of that for you guys that haven't seen it yet. You need to see this, and then you need to share it, because this is what happens to Democrats. This is what happens to people on the left. This is what happens to the SJWs, all these people out there that try to debate conservative people, to try to debate people on the right. People with, let's just say, that try to debate people with common sense. People with common sense will obliterate a dadgum progressive, way out in Pluto land Democrat any day. That's the reason why AOC will never get into debate with anybody. That's the reason why these little pink hair, blue-haired flipnicks out there, they whine and cry and scream and holler. But when you try to talk to them, they don't know what to say. They won't say anything to you because they can't debate you, because they know they have no arguments. They know they can't win the argument that they're actually trying to portray. They're trying to fight against I guess what? They're fighting against the power, I guess is what they want to call it, and everything. The power of what? What power are you guys fighting against? Because they can't even describe what they're actually trying to fight for. When you call them out on what they're trying to fight for, or what they're saying is racist, or whatever they're saying is wrong with America and all this stuff, they can never say it. Because they always get caught in their bullshits. It happens every time you see these guys, the senators, and you see congressmen questioning any of these Biden administrative flipnicks like what's his name, the DOJ, that flipnick. Yeah, he all they do is babble. And you'll start to see them starting to babble, because once they start getting messed up in their bullshits, when you put them on the spot, they start. Oh, dude, classic right here. You're about to see it right here, because Elon is going to show these guys what the real deal is. And we're going to talk about it as the interview goes on here. I need to just jump into it, you guys. I'm TJ Quake, your ghetto gamer. If you guys like what you're seeing here, if you guys like my flavor, what I bring to the table, all I'd like to do is just bring the realness to you guys. That's what I do. I like to share and wake people up to what's really going on in this country and around the world and everything. I'm one of those guys that used to say, wow, man, we live in a great country where, I love my video games. I love my movie going. I love just the life in general that we have. And now it's all falling apart because of these freaking Democrats, these flipnick, not even so much Democrats anymore. It's these wild coyote progressives out there. You know what I'm saying? They messed up the name of the Democrat name, because the old Democrats weren't as bad as this. You know what I'm saying? But this new generation, the AOC generation, these fools, these new millennials or Gen Zs, whatever, and everything, something got mixed up in the baby milk and their brains got twisted up. So here's one of those type of millennials right here thinking he's going to try to do something to daggum Elon, and it ain't going to go in his favor. It's going to backflip on him so hard, people. Oh my gosh. Let's just get into it and let's roll the film, and you guys can see for yourself, and I'll kind of come in and out of it and let you guys, know my thoughts. Let me throw this like so. Let's do it. I hope you guys are doing well out there. And again, like I said, if you guys dig on the flavor, please share this video. Sharing it really helps out a brother. And subscribe if you feel you want to keep getting more of this. All right? Let's do it. Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. Go over here. All right. Okay. Here we go. Let's do it.
Free speech is meaningless unless you allow people you don't like to say things you don't like. Otherwise, it's irrelevant. And if at the point at which you lose free speech, it doesn't come back.
I think the issue some people have is that a lot of people were brought back. I mean, some people were brought back who were previously banned for spreading things like QAnon conspiracies. You have people like Andrew Tate who were brought back, who were previously banned for things like hate speech. Do you think you prioritize freedom of speech over misinformation and hate speech?
See, here we go. There's the misinformation thing, the thing that the Democrats love holding on to. Oh, when you say something, that's misinformation. And you can't say that. That's being misinformative. You're not allowed to do that. Since when? Even if it is misinformation, who are you to say what is and what isn't? Go on, Elon.
Well, who's to say that something is misinformation? Who's the arbiter of that? Is it the BBC?
You're literally asking me?
Yes.
Well, no, you are the arbiter on Twitter because you own Twitter.
Yes, I'm saying who is to say that one person's misinformation is another person's information? At the point at which you say that there is this is misinformation, like who is going to decide that?
You accept that misinformation can be dangerous, that it can cause real-world harms, that it can potentially cause...
Yes, and the point I'm trying to make is that the BBC itself has, at times, published things that are false.
He doesn't have nothing to say to that. You notice he's starting to get quiet? Here we go.
Do you agree that has occurred?
I'm quite sure the BBC have said things before that turn out to not be true.
Right.
In its, whatever it is, 100-year history, I'm quite sure.
Yes. Even if you aspire to be accurate, there are times when you will not be.
We've spoken to people very recently who were involved in moderation, and they just say there's not enough people to police this stuff, particularly around hate speech in the company. Is that
what hate speech are you
address?
talking about? I mean, you use Twitter.
Right.
Do you see a rise in hate speech?
I mean,
but just a personal anecdote. Like, what do you? I don't.
Personally, for you, I would see I get more of that kind of content. Yeah, personally, but.
Okay, now remember this, what he's saying. Personally, I do get more of that kind of content. I personally get it. All this hate speech. I personally get it. So I see it. Okay. Go and point out the hatred you've been seeing then.
I'm not going to talk to the rest of, for the rest of Twitter.
You see more hate speech personally?
I would see more hateful content in that.
Content you don't like or hateful? What do you mean to describe a hateful thing?
Yeah, I mean, just content that will solicit a reaction, something that may include something that is slightly racist or slightly sexist, those kinds of things.
So you think if something is slightly sexist, it should be banned?
No,
is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying anything. I'm saying.
Well, I'm just curious. I'm trying to understand what you mean by hateful content. And I'm asking for specific examples. And you just said that if something is slightly sexist, that's hateful content. Does that mean that it should be banned?
Well, you've asked me whether my feed, whether it's got less or more. I'd say it's got slightly more.
That's why I'm asking for examples. Can you name one example?
I honestly don't.
You see how the stuttering is starting to happen, ladies and gentlemen? This is what happens. Study this, you guys, because then anytime you guys get into debates with these leftist clowns, this is what starts to happen. When you start pressuring them, when you start talking the common sense and you're going against their narrative and you actually have the real facts and they just making up shiz, this is what starts to happen. Go on.
You can't name a single example.
I'll tell you why, because I don't actually use that For You feed anymore because I just don't particularly like it.
But you
said a lot of people are quite similar. I only look at
hang on a second.
my
You said you've seen more hateful content, but you can't name a single example, not even one.
I'm not sure I've used that feed for the last 3 or 4 weeks. And
then how did you see the hateful content?
Because I've been using Twitter since you've taken it over for the last 6 months.
Okay, so then you must have at some point seen the For You hateful content. And I'm asking for one example.
Right.
And you can't give a single one.
And I'm saying...
I say, sir, that you don't know what you're talking about.
Really?
Yes, because you can't give me a single example of hateful content, not even one tweet. And yet you claimed that the hateful content was high.
Well...
That's false.
No, what I claimed...
You just lied.
What I claimed was... there are many organizations that say that kind of information is on the rise. Now, whether
Wait. Well, I thought you said you personally see it. Now he's saying that they say it. No, they're saying it. No, you just said it. You said it that you personally see it. Now, hold on, let me get it off of me. They did.
it has on my
Give me
feed
one
or
example.
not. I mean, right, and
Literally
if you look
can't
at something
name
like the Strategic Dialogue Institute in the UK, they will say that. So
look, people will say all sorts of nonsense. I'm literally asking for a single example, and you can't name one.
Right, and as I've already said, I don't use that feed. But
then how would you know that?
I don't think this is getting anywhere.
You literally said you experienced more hateful content.
You notice he's looking over to the. You notice he's looking. He goes. He starts looking over to the producers like, somebody get me out of this. Look, wait, can we catch him when he does that look? Where is he at when he does that look over to the side? Let's see if I can catch it.
Say all sorts of nonsense. I'm literally asking for a single example, and you can't name one.
Right, and as I've already said, I don't use that feed. But
then how?
I gotta catch it. I gotta catch
it. Know that
I don't think this is getting anywhere.
You literally said.
There he is. He looked over here to the side to the producer, and he's like, I don't think this is getting anywhere. Let's just move on. I'm sorry, you guys. I just had to point those things out. I'll bring it back right here. Let's do it.
Yes, people will say all sorts of nonsense. I'm literally asking for a single example, and you can't name one.
Right, and as I've already said, I don't use that feed. But
then how would you know that?
I don't think this is getting anywhere.
You literally said you experienced more hateful content, and then couldn't name a single example.
Right, and as I said,
that's absurd.
I haven't actually looked at that feed.
Then how would you know there's hateful content?
Because I'm saying that's what I saw a few weeks ago. I can't give you an exact example. Let's move on. We only have a certain amount of time.
Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on because he can't defend his shiz, ladies and gentlemen. Wait a minute.
Wow. COVID misinformation. You changed the COVID misinformation.
Has
rules.
BBC changed its COVID misinformation?
The BBC does not set the rules on Twitter, so I'm asking you.
No, I'm talking about the BBC's misinformation about COVID.
You're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
No, I'm talking about BBC's misinformation about COVID. And everybody's just like this. See, they're all quick to call you out. They can call you out. But as soon as you switch that shit and flip it back at them, stop. Hey, can you guys get me out of this? Oh, I don't know what's going on here. Mama? Yeah. This dude right here got obliterated, ladies and gentlemen. This is what happens when you try to take a weak-minded fool up against an intelligent mind. Somebody who has intelligence, someone who has common sense, and is also technically a genius and everything. This is what happens when the left tries to debate people on the right or people that are just have common sense. Not to say that Elon is on the right or he's a conservative or anything like that, because technically he was actually on the left before and everything. But Elon, amongst a number of other people, have been taking that red pill. Bill Maher is taking little pieces of that red pill here and there and starting to wake up to some shiz. He's starting to see that his party isn't the party that it used to be and everything. He's seen his parties being taken over by knuckleheads like this, who do stupid shit like this. People that honestly, they don't know what they're talking about, and so that they have to push their talking points, they push this nonsense, and he thought he was going to put Elon in a trick bag. And Elon just flipped the shit right back on him. He says, okay, well, show me what hate speech you said you personally have it. Give me an example. I mean, I saw that. That was like, I saw that like a few weeks ago. He said, well, then how do you know? Well, I mean, because I'm always on your platform. I mean, I've been on your platform and checking your stuff out since you started it. So if you done that, then you should obviously know what this hate speech. I'm just asking for one. Give me one, bro. Come on, just give me one. Come on, you got one at least. One. Give me an example. Come on. Somebody help me out over here. Dude, this guy got so jacked over, he got so obliterated, so annihilated, that he probably is going to lose his job. They're going to be like, dude, you screwed this whole thing up, dude. We can't have you talking. We can't have you doing interviews, dude. You were supposed to take him down. He took you down. You're out of here. Pick your badge, throw it in the trash. Clean your desk out. You're done. Over at BBC. Since the BBC is just another name for CNN, it's just they use the bees, because. That's what they are, dude. They are a lying network, just like all the rest of these left-wing knuckleheads. And as you guys can see, they lie about everything. The left lies about everything. They make up shiz. And then when you call them out, that's just why they don't have no real conservatives get on any of these networks. They don't have nobody like Candace Owens get on freaking CNN. You want to know why? Because CNN wouldn't be able to handle her. AOC, she don't want to debate people because she knows she'll lose in a debate with anybody. She only has to be, she's only good at freaking getting on her little TikTok or her little Facebook page and, saying her little stuff and preaching to everybody and saying all this stupid stuff. But if somebody calls her out on her shiz, she ain't nowhere to be found. Oh, no, she can't. Ben Shapiro was going to try to debate her one time. She said, that's misogynist just to try to debate a woman. I'm like, what? I'm like, what was that? You're just going to do a cat call. This is just another way of cat calling. Because he wants to debate you? Because you are not intelligent, AOC. That's why. You have no intelligence. You literally have junk for brains. This is the same woman that literally told everybody that she was when she got her new little place, she hit the switch on the wall by the sink and she heard and it freaking freaked her out. And she was like, what is that? What is that? She didn't know that it was a garbage disposal, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, she told everybody. Somebody then told me that it's a garbage disposal. I didn't know what that was. I never seen one of those before. I'm like, what? She literally said this stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, these people are they are completely blitzo in the brain. They're born with silver spoons in their mouth, and they talk about rich people. They always talk about, the rich need to be taxed. The rich are this because they got to fund. No, the rich people are like Elon here are smart. They're smarter than this guy. This guy over here is dumb. He's an idiot. And so forth. And so he went up against somebody that actually has common sense and actually held him to what he says. And see, when he held him to his, because he didn't expect this. He was expecting to do all the questions. Well, I'm answering I'm the one that's asking the questions here. Elon's like, no, I'm asking you, bro. So what's racist? What have you been finding can you give me one example? And the guy couldn't give him not one example. Because he was lying, ladies and gentlemen, and Elon called him out on it. You're a liar. You're a liar. And the whole world is now going to see how much of a big liar you are. You just made your network look cheesy, dude. You made BBC look like peanuts and everything. If I was BBC, I would fire this guy because he didn't have his shiz together. He didn't have his facts together and everything. You put this fool out there to think that he was going to come up there and put Elon on the spot when Elon put him on the spot. This guy is sweating right now. Let's just move on. Let's just move on because I'm losing this argument. So let's move on. Because I was lying and I don't want to admit that I was lying. So let's just move on. He would have been better off just saying that. You know what, Elon, you right. You got me, dude. You got me, man. I was just trying to put some, see if I could get you to stumble, but you too good for me on that one, dog. Okay, cool. You got me. Let's go on to the next question. And then he goes on to the next question, and then Elon busts his behind on that one. I'm going to tell Elon what he's doing. He said, well, what about the misinformation BBC is saying about COVID and all this stuff? What about that? Oh, yeah, I'll give you a little bit more on how Elon destroys him on this little piece here, and then I'll call it. Because the shiz is just genius, dude. Go on, Elon. School this fool just a little bit more. Let's just give him just a little bit more, you guys. Just a little bit more. I love it.
I'm literally asking you about, you changed the labels, the COVID misinformation labels. There used to be a policy, and then it disappeared. Why do that?
Well, COVID is no longer an issue. Does the BBC hold itself at all responsible for misinformation regarding masking and side effects of vaccinations? And not reporting on that at all? And what about the fact that the BBC was put under pressure by the British government to change its editorial policy? Are you aware of that?
This is not an interview about the BBC.
Oh, you thought it wasn't?
I see now why you've done Twitter Spaces. I am not a representative of the BBC's editorial policy. I want to make that clear. Okay. Let's talk about something else. You want to talk about the BBC? You too. All right.
Let's talk about something else. Let's move on because I'm not going to be able to defend myself on this one either. I don't know all the look now. Look where he's looking, you guys. See. This is where he gets in trouble. He can't look at Elon dead in his face. He has to look over to the side. Is it almost over? Can we end this? Are we done? Can we end this? Can I move? I'm stuck here. Ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to do this quick video on that, everything. I just want to let you guys see this is how the left is, y'all. This is what they do. They never can tell you. They can never just sit there and just tell you the truth. It's just like in Congress when Congress asks these flipnicks, or in Senate and the GOP is asking these flipnicks in Congress questions. They all of a sudden they don't know. They always want to skate around it. They can never just flat out when they say yay or nay. They say, well,
Do you interpret Justice Ginsburg's meaning of men and women as male and female?
Again, because I don't know the case, I don't know how I interpret it. I need to read the whole thing.
Can you provide a definition for the word woman?
Can I provide a definition?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah.
I can't.
You can't?
Not in this context.
So
I'm not a biologist.
The meaning of the word woman is so unclear and controversial that you can't give me a definition?
Senator, in my work as a judge, what I do is
They say, well, that's a yes or no question. Well, see, what I was trying to say, no, it's a yes or no question. Is yes, did you know about this, or no, you didn't know about it? Just one of the two. What, yes or no? Well, it's not that as easy as that, or they'll say, I don't feel at liberty to comment on that. I don't feel that liberally. Ladies and gentlemen, anytime somebody does that and they ask you a question and they say, they start skating around the question, or they can't answer directly to you, they are lying and they're hiding something. They're telling you the answer that you actually already know what it is and everything. Hey, did you steal out of the cookie jar? Now see what was going on. No, did you steal out of the candy bar, the cookie jar? Did you take a cookie out of the cookie jar? Yes or no? Everything. Oh, well, now see, now you got to understand the circumstances where we actually place the cookie jar, sir. Yes or no? Did you take it? You say, and are you going to give me an answer? Well, See, I'm going to go ahead and just plead the fifth. They already told you the answer, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, they took the cookie out of the cookie jar. That's it. And that's what these fools do every time, dude. And because he couldn't freaking get, Elon just flipped it on him. He said, well, go and just tell me what you've seen and give us an example. Well, I ain't using 3 ways. I didn't, well, that's a while ago. Well, you said you saw it, so you must remember something you saw. Well, they said, and the coordinator of the company said, and that's what they were saying. No, you said personally that you saw this. Give me your personal experience of the hate speech that you witnessed. And the guy just sits there. Here we go. You ready for it, y'all? That's all I got to say, ladies and gentlemen. I'm TJ Quake, yo ghetto gamer. I'll be back with another one. If you guys like what I do here, you guys like what I flow with, please share. Put a like on it. It helps me out in the algorithms. And it's subscribe if you want to get more. You know how I do. I'm TJ Quick and I'm out of here.
Let's do this. TJ Quake, the ghetto gamer. Yeah. Here we go, yeah. I'm TJ Quake, the ghetto gamer, on this gaming thing. Gonna bang 'em up, gonna shoot 'em up, right here on the gaming string. Bang, bang, blaze 'em on up, TJ Quake, we're busting like 1, 2, 3, here we go.